Okay, I think we can start now. So X10AV, let's get back to the X10AV page. So X10AV is for those of you who are joining in for the first time. X10AV is the world's first AI-powered AV design platform, which lets you design end-to-end AV system solutions as per AVIXA standards and design guidelines. So we do have an automation feature, which basically allows you to create automatic drawings and documents. So and that's one part of it. Then it's a CRM built in, so there are extensive CRM features, team collaboration features which are built in, and then there is a drawing tool which is Extra, which is equivalent to using a Visio or an AutoCAD or a Lucidchart subscription. And then we also have a proposal tool which is built in. So it's a combination of almost three products combined into one. So if you use XNAV, you don't have to separately purchase a drawings package like an AutoCAD or Visio or Lucidchart, and then you also don't have to invest in a separate proposal tool. So this is just to give you an overview. This is your dashboard. So all the information. I'm sorry. So all the information about your team and your team's projects will be in one place. So we're not going to cover this in detail today. So I'm going to show you how we create projects, how we create designs in Extra, since this is going to be about Extra. So let me just show you how do we actually add designs in a project. So let me just open up an existing project. So this is your project page. So to add a new design, you'll have to click on Add Design. And once you click on Add Design, it will give you a list of templates to choose from. So you could choose almost pretty much everything. But if there's anything which you find is not on the list, you could always use the template which is Other. So once I click on the template, then it gives me the three methods. I have to give a name to the design. And then it gives me a choice of three methods to create a design. So Extra, this is the one which we're going to show today, and we're going to dig deep into this, show you everything which you can do in Extra. And then we have Questionnaire. So Questionnaire is kind of a need analysis in which we ask you a series of questions based on AVIXA standards and design guidelines. And you step-by-step create a BOM, and we automatically create drawings and documents for you. Add your own BOM. Here, we do not ask any questions. You just search and add your products from your existing designs, and you do some minor configurations, which allows you to automatically generate drawings and documents. Having said that, Add Your Own BOM is still in beta mode. So we highly encourage, if you face any issues in Add Your Own BOM, you switch to Questionnaire or Extra. So this is one method of creating a design in Extra. The other method is pretty simple. You just click on this Extra icon in your left panel, and it's kind of a shortcut. So again, it gives you the template which you want to design. You select the template, and then you give a name to your design, and then you select which particular project you want to add that design into. And the number of designs are actually the similar type of rooms which you have for that particular room which you're designing. So let's press create design. So this gives you, so this brings you to the Extra page. So this is the Extra page where you could actually do a design in Extra. So before we start designing, let me just give you an overview of this page. So starting on the top, so we call these blue links as breadcrumbs. So these are quick shortcuts for you to navigate to your designs. So the first one is the name of your project. So if you'll click on it, it will take you back to your project page where you are adding all your designs. So that's the project page. And then the second one is actually the design, the design which you are working on. So this, if you click on this link, it will take you to the page where you will find all the documents related to this design. And then the third one is the name of the design method. Then we have the button for open extra editor. So once you have added all the products in your BOM, you click on open extra editor, and then it opens up the drawing tool for you. And then we have view designs. So view designs is again, it will take you to the designs page where you can see your line schematics, your rack layouts, your cable schedules. So this is grayed out at the moment because you have not added a product in your design yet. So it does not make sense for you to go to view designs directly because all the documents will be empty. So once you add a few products and once you complete a design in Extra Editor, once you complete your line schematic over there, then the view designs, you will see it will not remain grayed out. And then we have the refresh button. It just refreshes your page. Then comes the search bar. So this is where you can actually search for your products. So you could see we have so there are two types of libraries here. So XNAV library and my library. So these are basically, so XNAV library is our database from which you can search for your products. And then we have the second one is we have my library. So my library is all the products saved in your own library of. So you could build your own library of products on the platform. So it's very simple how to search for a product. You just put a name of the product. You could search by manufacturer name, or you could just simply put in the name of the product as well. Like this. So minimum you need to have 3 characters in there to search for a product. You just select the product, and then the product gets added to your bill of material. Now, so you will see there is a button which allows you to copy this product into my library. So if I press this button, this will copy this product into your library, which is my library, and then the tag will change to my library as well. And then you will also have an option to edit the information of this product. So you could change you could change the description, you could change the pricing, and you could add your own IO information as well. So that's absolutely possible. So the idea behind having this copy to my library section is pretty simple. So you would have seen that when you use music apps, you can copy products from the library of the music app into your library to build your own playlist. So we're trying to do the same. So we want you to work in your own library of products. So you could just build your own library, and whenever you need a new product, then only you come into XNAV library and copy it to your own library. Now, the thing with my library is that my library is common to your whole organization, or inside the organization, the group you are part of. So let's say inside the organization, there are different groups. So whichever group you're part of, whosoever in that group adds a product, it will be visible to everyone. And if it's shared with the whole organization, then the whole organization will see that product in my library. So my library is common to the whole organization, and it's just a one-time process. So you don't have to add it, the same product, copy it all the times to save it under my library. So let me just give you a quick example of how it works in in music apps. So I have a small video which I could show to tell you what exactly we're trying to do with my library. So it searches under Apple Music, the song searches in the Apple library, and then you click on the song, and then you click add to library, and now this song is added to your library. Now you go inside your library, and then you search for this song, and then it shows up under your library. So that's the concept of having my library in XNAV library. And the beauty of this is that you could edit all the information from any of the existing products in our library in XNAV library. So that's what my library is for. So let me see if we have some question. Library tells the price for AV product as well. If yes, which price? So the pricing question, couple of people have asked for the same question about the pricing. So this is a demo account. It is not configured for any organization. So what basically will happen is that there is a section for pricing, which you're under organization settings. Let me just open up and show it to you. So under custom pricing here, you can upload all your pricing and all your products. So once you upload all the prices, you could upload 200,000 products, 300,000 products in one go here. And then all of those products will show up under your library with the dealer price information. So most of the products from XNAV library will give you the MSRP information, but you could change that once you copy the product into my library, and then you could change it to the dealer price uh, and then save it. So you will see the pricing instead of the MSRP now shows the dealer price. So once you copy a product from from XNAV library to your own library, you can change the dealer pricing, and then that dealer pricing will be saved for you. So let me add a few more products to build a BOM to do a small design. So let me add an amplifier as well. Then let me add a DSP 4110. There is a space in between. And let's add a beamforming microphone from Shure. Let's add one boundary layer microphone as well from Shure. So if you know the exact model number, you don't even need to type the brand name. You could just search with the model number. So I have added a few products here. Now, all of a sudden, I realize some product which I am looking for is not available in XNAV library. So what I could do is I could add completely new product by just clicking add custom item. So once you click on add custom item, it will give you a form which allows you to create a new brand or search from one of the brands which we have. We have almost 2,300 brands on our platform. So let me add a video switcher in here. So let's give it a model number. So the fields with an asterisk are compulsory. So you have to make sure that you answer the fields with an asterisk. So the quantity, the rack unit. Now the rack unit is very important because you need to give the rack unit for every product, because we automatically create the rack elevation diagrams. So you will see that once we complete a design. So image link, again, image link is not, it's not mandatory. So you don't need to give it, I'd say there's no asterisk in here, but if you give it, it's for your own benefit, because then you could use the image in other places, such as, you could use that image for making your single flow diagram or pictorial schematics, as they say. So let me add, so I can just, so manufacturers usually have the images stored in a URL. So I can just copy that URL and I could just paste it here. And if similarly, if you want to put in a specification link, you could do that. But I'm going to skip it for this example. And then you have to select a category of product. Now it's important to remember that you're selecting the right category. Many a times, because there are a lot of products which are based on category, and then like speakers, like microphones. So if you select them, then those products will show as icons in the drawing, which you usually want them to show up as an icon. If you select the category as other, it will just show up as it will just show up as a block. So like for speakers, for microphones, and some other products for which you actually need the icons. So for that, you have to make sure that you're selecting the right category. So we pretty much have everything in here which you could possibly imagine in an commercial audio visual environment. So let me add, so I'm adding a video switcher here. So I selected video. Then you have to select the type. So I could just search for a switcher. Then many products also have a subtype, like microphone. When you choose a microphone, it will give you subtypes, which kind of microphone: boundary layer microphone, gooseneck microphone, beamforming microphone. Similarly for speakers, you'll have to answer the subtype. Is it a ceiling speaker, wall mount speaker? Based on that, the icons will differ. So the icons will change based on the type. So you don't want all your speakers to look the same in your drawing. So that's why it's important, while you're creating these products on your own, you enter the right categories, the type, and the subtype. Now you could give the MSRP information if you want, and you could give the dealer price information also if you want. So I'm just going to give a fictitious MSRP and a dealer price. And then most importantly, so it asks you to add IO information. So if you choose no here, then you are making sure that this product is not going to show up in the drawing. So you don't want to do that. If you want that block to show up in the drawing, you have to say yes. And by default, it remains on yes, unless you choose no. Then you hit next. So once you hit next, it will give you a very nice and easy form to fill up. So just click on the add port button, and then it will open up the different fields, different ports. So just give it the name, any name you would like to give, the quantity, whether it's an input output control or other type of a port. So it's a switcher, so I'm going to give HDMI in and HDMI out output, and I'm going to do RS-232 for control, and then I'm also going to add a LAN port for control. So that's it, and then you hit save. So you will see the product is now added. The image nicely shows up if I have given the URL for the image while creating the product. And now it's added under my library. So when I will go under my library and search for this product, I will find it there. And my whole organization, or the group inside my organization, which I'm part of, will be able to see this. So that's there. And so that's how you add a custom item or a custom product. So let me add a few more items into the BOM. Let me add a display in here. Okay, so I'm searching. So remember this. So I'm searching under my library now. If you don't get a result, don't freak out. It's telling you to search under XNAV library. So till the time you build your own library, you can work from XNAV library. So go under XNAV library and search again. So here you go. So this gives me the display I was looking for. So the display has been added. Let me add a control system as well. Strong CP3. Now, one more important thing. So there will be a lot of products which you will find inside XNAV library, which will give you no ports information. So let's say I want to add a desktop. So like this one, Dell Optiplex 750 is a desktop, and it says no ports information, but I want this product in my design. So what I will do is I will select this. So all the products which say no ports information from XNAV library, it means that if you will go to the editor, these product with no ports information, please remember this very clearly. These will not show up in your drawing. Okay. So how can we change that? So there is a very easy way to do it. You just click on edit, and then it gives me the same form, and I give it the right category. It's a PC, it's a desktop. If you want to give them MSRP, dealer price, just give it. Add IO information. Yes, I want to give IO information for this product. Once again, I'm going to show you how to add ports. So I'm going to add some ports. So HDMI out. There are 2 of these. Then I want to add a USB. Again, 2 of these. So these, let's put this in input, output and input, and do save. So once you do that, the product is now, once you edit a product from XNAV library with ports information, it automatically gets saved under my library. And the tag also, so you could see the tag also changes to my library, right? So all the products which you see here, so some of them are saying XNAV, some of them are saying my library. So you could copy them to to my library from XNAV library. Then all of them will say my library, and it's a one-time process. Next time you just search under my library and you will find those products. Like now I'm going to search for this Dell Optiplex. It's showing up. So it's very simple. It's very easy. Just remember this. Okay, so that's how you add items and you create custom items. So whosoever is asking questions in the chat window, again, I'm going to request you to please ask your questions under the Q&A section, because so we get a report for all the questions asked if every question is asked under Q&A, and it's easier to answer and give you the answers via email. So please ask, if you want to ask anything, please don't ask under the chat section, please ask under the Q&A section. Okay, so once I finish this section of the extra BOM page, I will take the questions which you have on this section. So I have a couple more things to show in this. So so far we have gone through everything here. Then you also see there is an option to upload BOM. Now what this means? So this means that you could actually upload an Excel file instead of searching for products one by one. So how do you do that? First, you download the sample file. You download the sample file, it looks like this. So you put in your make, which is the brand, the model number, description, and all these sections are mandatory. So you have to make sure that you're not keeping them empty. Then you could skip the MSRP, the dealer price. If you are entering the MSRP and dealer price, please ensure that you're not entering any currency symbols. You could set your default currency on the platform, and whatever is your default currency, we will take that currency. Okay, so please remember that you're not putting any currency symbols in here. Then quantity is mandatory. Please do not enter any products with 0 quantity, otherwise you could face an error. And then if you want to give a part number for ordering purposes, you could give the part number as well. So that's how it looks like. So let me just quickly upload a file. So the file has been added now, so I can, so if it successfully gets added, you will get a check mark, otherwise you will get an error. So again, please remember, no MSRP and dealer price should have any currency symbols. Now hit submit. So now as you do submit, what this will do is, So let me just show you the Excel file which I have just uploaded. So it has these products, and so it's a small Excel file. So all these products are there in this Excel. So now so as soon as you hit submit, what it will do is it will search for a product, for all those products which you're trying to upload under X10AV library. All the products which it finds under X10AV library will show up with the right category and with the X10AV tag and the copy to my library button. Any product which you have tried to upload, we could not find in our library, they will still be added. So don't think that any product, if you're trying to upload a product from an Excel, it has to be existing in our library. No, you could add any product. The only difference is that those products will be added with no ports information. We do not know the category of these products. So again, what you could do is you can click on edit, and you will open up the same form, and you could change the category, add IO information, all of that you could do. That's totally possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete the unwanted products from this BOM. That's there. And then, so one more new thing which we've added is now you could edit the quantity by just typing in here. Earlier, this was one of the feedback that the quantity was not editable, especially if you have like 100 quantities. So you just can't do plus, 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 minus, minus, minus. So that's a small improvement which you've done. Copy to my library is also new, which you just updated a couple of days back. Anyway, so now I have added all the products. There is one more thing to show. How do you add custom packages? So now you have seen, we could add individual products, but many of you have asked previously in the past, how do I add packages? So what are packages? Packages are basically, a combination of products sold by a manufacturer as a single SKU, like a combination of a transmitter or a receiver or a package which contains a UCC device, couple of cameras, and those kind of things. So if you cannot find that package under X10AV library, but you still want to add that in your library, so how do you do that? It's pretty simple. Click on Add Custom Item. It'll give you the same form. I'm going to add a X10AV custom package. Give the description, quantity. I don't need the rack unit here. You can give the image link and the spec link if you want. Then you select the category. And choose what kind of a package it is. It's a video switching package or UCC package or whatever you can choose here. You can give the price information. Oh, I'm so sorry. This is where I just went wrong. So you have to select the category and not the type, but you have to search for custom package here. My apologies for that. So you will, under each category in video audio control, you will get the option for custom package, as you could see here. So once you do custom package, you could enter the MSRP and the dealer price information for that, and then you hit next. No IO information, yes, here, because there are different products inside a package. So you will have to add IO information for them. How do we do that? So you hit next. Now, instead of add port, you have add product button. So you give the model number, whatever, it's a camera, give the quantity, type of a device, so all these categories are there. So you can search for them as well, so just do that. Whether it goes in the rack or not, and then click add edit ports. Now you get the add port button. So now you can add the port for this particular device. So similarly, you add a product, you click on add edit port. So you can create a whole package with all the different products inside a package with all their ports information. Isn't that cool? It is. I think it is very cool. So you can create your own packages, all types of packages. I know a lot of system integrators have their own custom packages as well. They kind of sell some products as a package. So it's your library. You can create any kind of package which you are selling. So I'm going to just close this, remove this from here. Right. So now I have added all the products. Before I move on to the editor, let me just show you the My Library section. So the My Library section will now show up all the products which I have copied or created from scratch or edited with no ports information will show up here. Now it's saved. Now you could edit them here as well. You can add products under the My Library section as well. That's up to you whether you want to add it under Xdraw or you want to add it under My Library. It's common to your organization. It's common to the local group you're working in. Okay. Geez, we have almost 200 people on this webinar. That is great. Thank you so much. So I think it is time to take a few questions. I have put in a kit that is part of the extend database, but it does not draw both of the parts, encoder, decoders. Yeah, so you can, I just showed it to you. You could create your own kit now. So it's very simple. I just showed it to you, Douglas. Then when creating custom IO ports, can spacing be included between the ports? So no, this is not possible right now, but this is the next level, which we're gonna do, where we will allow you to we will allow you to customize the blocks and the look and feel of the blocks as well. For ports like US, Chris is asking for ports like USB, can it be made an input and output port, or is there a best part for which you should choose? Yeah, you can make it as an input and output port. I just showed it to you. Does it make a difference for where the port connector shows up in the? Yes, it does make a difference. So any blocks which you're choosing as inputs will show up on the left side of the block. Any ports which you choose as outputs will show up on the right side of the block, and any ports which you show up as control will be equally divided on the left and right side based on the spacing left in the block. I hope that answered this question. One of the questions, one of Gregory is asking, one of the products on the list USC shows MSRP and all others as dealer price. Is there a consistency in the database? No, so the dealer price is actually added by the manufacturer. It's, I mean, by the user itself. So why it's showing you, so everything here, so all the products which I have copied to my library only are showing as dealer prices. Everything else which are there in Extend library are with MSRP. So whatever you will search in Extend library will give you the MSRP pricing only. So and whatever products you add under my library will give you the dealer pricing. That's why, that's why I said that you have to get used to working under my library. Only go to Extend library when you have to search for a new product. And once you copy that product, then you can edit the description. You can edit everything about that product which is existing in our library. You could change the pricing. You can put in your dealer pricing. You can change the ports info. You could do anything with that product. So that's why, again, I'm going to show you the quick. I don't know if some of you joined later and they missed out on this about Extend library, how it's supposed to work. So this is the Apple Music video. This is a 28-second video. Just look at it. So how it works is you search for a product under Apple Music, and then you find it searches it, you find it, and then you click on it, and then you click on add to your library, and then you go under your library, you will find that product. So you have to do the same thing in here as well. So you get used to working in my library. Add all the products under my library. Okay, so let me just close this. Is annual subscription? Yes, we do have an annual subscription. Senthil was asking, can you connect from SQL, Navy Vision, etc., local inventory price model, etc., etc.? Yes, we could do that, but that will have to be a custom solution. You'll have to take it offline with us. You'll have to contact us. You selected MXA 910 mic. For this, we need PoE power. When you select the mic, it will pop. Will say that the PoE power is required. No, so you could add the port information yourself into this. It will not give you the pop-up for PoE. It's extra. You get this kind of pop-ups in the questionnaire method. Please show us how to upload. I just showed how to upload a bomb. By the way, we will also do a recording of this webinar and we'll send to everyone who has attended and who were not able to attend as well. If I'm adding both INR and USD in one quote, no, you cannot do both in one. You cannot do two quotes in one. You could just do a quote in a single currency. Okay. Anyways, I think we need to move on before I can take some of the next questions. Anyways, we will answer all of your questions. So please be assured if there are not answered here, which I will try to answer everything. That's why it's a 2-hour session. But we will send you all the answers in an Excel sheet because we can create a report of all the questions asked. Anyways, so please don't ask any questions in the chat window. Please ask all your questions in the Q&A section. Okay, so now I have added all the products here. So now it's time to go into the editor and try and complete my designs. So you just click on Open Extra Editor. So you'll see there will be a new tab which will open up. There you go. So you will see all your products which you've added in the BOM. Some of them created on the spot, like this switcher. Some of them existing from XNAV library and copied to my library. And yeah, and then you will see all those products. So video products will be under the video devices section. Control products will be in the middle, and the audio products will be here. So if you have a lot of products, then please make sure that you are looking for all of them till at the bottom of the page, because a lot of times people have asked that I cannot see a product which I've added. The reason being that all these products are added in a column under the audio, video, and control section. So you have to look at right till the bottom of the page. You will find all those products. So now before we do some editing, let me just give you an overview of this whole tool. So what all things are there, what is there in the menu. So starting with the file. So this is where you can save and you can export your drawing into different formats, PDF, Visio, AutoCAD, and all of these. You can set up the page for printing. Again, you have this option here as well. Then we have the edit options as well. So once you select a block or you do any edits, you'll see that all the options will get highlighted. Then which tools you want to see. So there is format panel, outline, and layers, which are at the top. Then you have all these different tools which you can make, which you want to show here. And then there are different options. How do you want to arrange? Let's say select a couple of products and then you want to arrange them in a certain way. So you have the arrange option. And then we have a small video on how to use extra. If you click on it, it will take you to the YouTube link. Coming down to the second row, so this is where you get the format panel, outline, and layers options. Format panel, what is a format panel? So format panel is this panel which you see here. So this basically allows you to set up your page size, choose what kind of a view you want, grid view, page view. You can change the background, can put in a shadow, you can put in an image as a background as well. Other options are there. And you could choose your paper size as well and the orientation if you want to print it out. But as soon as you select any item in here, whether it's a block, it's a line, it's an icon, anything, then you will see in the format panel these options. So you could do styling, you could change the color of the block, of the line, type of the line, and all these options are there. Again, you could change the text styling and all of that, spacing and everything. And then you could arrange, you could select multiple arcs and you can arrange them in a different way. So this is what the format panel is. Again, there is a quick way to hide and unhide the format panel. Is this small button which looks like a window. So if you click on it, the format panel will hide. If you click back on it again, it will show up. Right. So this is what you get under the format panel. And then you have the second option here is outline. So outline is kind of a bird's eye view. So this allows you to move around your whole drawing. So again, if you are looking for a product, if you're not finding it, just use this outline to look around wherever you want to go in here. It's a nice tool. You will like playing with it. So that's outline. And then we have layers. So this is a feature which you typically find in AutoCAD and other advanced drawing tools. So you could create your own layers. So please remember, if you're working in layers, so there is a default layer in which you will see all the blocks added. So again, this says do not delete. So please do not delete this layer, or you could face issues with the BOM. And then you could just add more layers and add products to that layer, and you could do all that layering stuff in here. So that's there. And then we have this. Then we have the shapes, all the shapes which you could search in XNAV, in XDraw. So first thing, you could just search for any shape, from the internet. I mean, I'm gonna search for router. You just click on it, and it will search for all those products live from the internet, and it'll keep giving you the results. You will keep clicking on more results, and it'll keep giving you as many results. So you'll find all kinds of different icons. When you go to different websites like flat icons and all to search for icon, you can find all those icons here. Then these are free of cost. Then of course we have Avixa symbols. So we have all the 108 Avixa standardized symbols, which are usually sold by Avixa for around $150. You get all of them for free inside of XNAV. So you can use all of those symbols here. Then we have XDraw symbols. So Avixa symbols, you will see there are very few AV symbols in here. That's why we had to give XDraw symbols. You'll find a lot of quick to use AV symbols in here. Then we have rack accessories. If you're working on rack layout, then there are rack accessory symbols as well. And then we have the floor plans. So this is absolutely brand new floor plans. So I'm going to show it to you how to use the floor plan feature. So that's there. And then one more thing which remains is pull BOM changes. So now you're asking me, you should ask me, what does the pull BOM changes button do? So pull BOM changes button allows you to work in two windows. And while you're working on the BOM page, you don't have to click on open XDraw editor again and again. Please don't do that. That's not required. You just go under, if you're doing any changes, just click on pull BOM changes and it will bring the changes there. So let me show it to you how that works. So you could see there is a Midas M32 here in the drawing. Now we'll go back and delete this. I could add more products. I could change the quantity, whatever changes I do in my BOM, I do here. So let me just delete this Midas. And it automatically saves on this page. Whatever things you do, it gets saved automatically. You don't have, so you'll see there's no save button here. So it saves everything automatically. So then you don't have to worry about it. But in here, in the editor, you have to make sure that you click here to save. You have to make sure that you are saving all your stuff. So now you click on pull BOM changes. So first thing it will do, it will automatically save your current design which you're working on. That's very important. And then it will reload the page. Let me just delete the layers here. And so you'll see that I don't no longer have the Midas M32 mixer. And this thing works vice versa as well. It means if I delete something from the drawing, it will automatically get updated in the BOM as well. So let me just delete this Extron transmitter. I don't need this. Remember to save, and go back and then hit refresh. Once you do refresh, you will see magically the Extron transmitter is gone. So that level of intelligence is built in to the software. Okay, now it's time to start doing a design. So this is my desktop, and this is my switcher. Oops. And then I have my display in here. So how do I connect them? So every port which you will see here will give you a green dot or connection point option. So this green dot is actually a connection point. So you just click on that green dot, drag it and connect to the green dot of the other port which you want to connect. It's very simple. It's very easy. And if you want to change the line, we have all the lines options in here. But it's the best line option to use for making line schematics in Extra is the orthogonal one. So you have to use this. This is the best one in my experience. But if you're comfortable with anyone else, you could use that. So let's just do this as well. And let's say I want to add something from the Extra symbol. So let's add a MacBook in here. I will add a laptop. Again, I will just very easily connect the green dot. Double click on the icon and you can edit it, put in the information. So my MacBook is there. Now, you can also add the cable labels or the cable IDs right here. Very easy. Just double click on the wire that you've connected and give the cable your label. This will be used to create a cable schedule automatically. All you have to do is give your cable a label. Please don't mind the naming convention because I am just doing just for showing it to you. Okay, so I have added the restaurant. Now I need to add the control processor. So let's connect the control processor with RS-232 port in here. And I can connect. So I don't have a switch here, network switch. So I could use a switch and connect the LAN points, but you get that. So now I have my amplifier. So I'm going to look for my DSP. It has gone at the bottom. So I will drag it and bring it up here. I will connect my amplifier nearby, and then I'm gonna use my speakers, arrange my speakers. So let me just let me select them and go under arrange and try and arrange them in the same line. That's how you do it. I'm going to do the same thing again for these speakers. So you have all the measuring guides which will tell you the distance, is it equidistant from each other or not. So all those things are in here. Again, I think these are level or not. I could just go under here, arrange, and just click it. I think it's leveled. So let's just add a couple of connections here, connect the output of the DSP. And then it's gonna do the speaker connections. Again, look for the green dots. It will make your life easier while making the connections. And if some lines overlap, just drag and drop. It will. Orthogonal line is very good. It actually makes very neat and clean, connections. So I have a couple of these buddies here, so I need to bring them up as well so I can complete my microphones. Okay. Again, bird's eye is great for this kind of a thing. I'm gonna do this like this. Okay, so this is a boundary mic, so I can connect it directly the mic input port. And like you said, it does not show the PoE port, but you can, again, you can create your own block of the microphone if you don't like the icon which we've given, and then you can create your own ports into it. Okay, so let me just add a quick cable labels here. It's important to fill up all the cable labels because otherwise your cable schedule will be open up. I'm sorry, your cable schedule will remain empty. Okay. I think it's all done. I can remove this now. I have added all these in here, so my design is kind of complete. So now, how do so I've completed my design. Please remember to hit save. Make sure it's saved. It will give you a notification that it's saved, and it'll say changes are saved. So now, how do I export my drawing into other formats? How do I do that? So you just click on File, export it. So let's say I want to do it in PDF. So once you select PDF, PNG, or any other format, so now it's asking you, it's giving you three options. So it's giving you selection only, crop, or grid. So now if you do crop, it will do your whole drawing as it is in a PDF without taking into consideration of the page size. It will just create a PDF. It will look for all the objects in the drawing, and it will create a PDF. It will look something like this. Yeah, it will look something like that. But some of you would say, "Oh, I don't want that. I want that in a A3 page size where I can actually print it out, right?" So for that, what we can do for that. So there is a way to do it. First of all, you have to remember these lines which you see here, these grid lines, a little bit darker lines, are actually your page breaks. So this is page 1, this is page 2, this is page 3, and so on. So now if as it is, if I try and print this drawing in a US letter or an A4 format, it will or US letter format, it will create 3 pages. So you could set the pages right here. So let's do an A3, do it in a landscape mode. So now you see the margin has increased. So now hopefully my whole drawing has come under one page here. So this is one page. So I have my legends here, which is going out. That's why it's giving me in page 2. But obviously you can resize these objects, make them smaller, and then, so I don't want this legends in this drawing, so I'll just delete it. Delete the logo as well. So now you'll see it's just one page. I don't want this. So it's all one page. So now you could actually print this whole thing in an A3 size page in a landscape mode. So that's how you do it. So don't get flustered, if you have chosen a page size from here, and if you're trying to print it out or trying to convert into a PDF, you're getting all your drawings into 4 different pages. For that, if you still want to do that, for that you have to select the crop options. If you select crop, then it will give you your whole PDF. And then if you don't want to get into the hassle of doing the conversion here, let's say you want to say, oh, I'll do it in an AutoCAD. I have an AutoCAD file. So you just convert the whole file. Let me just save it. Convert the whole file into an AutoCAD. Download, now the file will download and you will see, we'll get an AutoCAD file. Okay, while it downloads, let me quickly see if I can answer a few questions. If you are using JetBuild, can we use it with your drawing capability? With that, JetBuild maintains price list for vendors. Can you elaborate how to maintain vendor dealer cost info? Yes, you can manage your price lists in here. You can just, the way you upload your pricing in JetBuild, same way you can upload your pricing in our software as well. That was Jeff's question. So Jim is asking, if you edit the ports in my library and delete a port, what happens to designs that device is already assigned to? Does it update the earlier design? That's a very good question. And in fact, Jim, that was the next thing which I was going to show. So let's say I have created a block in here, and I forgot to add a port in here. That's my mistake. That's a genuine mistake I did. So let's say I created this switcher and I forgot to add a port into this. So what I can do about it? We have this figured out. So you go back into your design. So this is my switcher. You go back, click on edit. Everything here remains the same. Just click next. Now you see this little buddy here which says redraw device. This is what is going to help you. So now I will just click add port. I forgot to add a USB port in here, and I want one more HDMI out in here, and I have to check this. So unless you check this, it will not redraw the device. So you check this and you save. The changes will be saved. And now go back to your drawing. Please don't click on open extra editor. Flip back to the other tab. Click on pull bomb changes. Hit OK. Here you go. So you have, oh, I have created this as an input. So I need to go back. Let me just change this. Again, I'm going to show it to you how to rectify a mistake which you have done. So it's an HDMI in, I'm sorry. Change it to 3. Click on redraw device again. Hit save. Go back. Pull bomb changes. Yeah, so it's there now. So that's how you can go back and edit your ports. Okay. So now, before I take further questions, let us just first try and complete everything which we have on the agenda. Okay, so my drawing is complete now. I have showed you everything which you could do in here. So now I need to go back. So by the way, this is the AutoCAD file in which you get converted in a DWG format. It won't open up on my system because I don't have an AutoCAD license, but it will, if you have an AutoCAD viewer, it will show up. Okay, I should not have clicked on it. Anyways, so let's go back. And now, once you have completed your schematics, make sure your schematics is completed. All the changes are saved. Now you go under view designs. So this is where you get all the list of your designs. So bill of material is the same. If you click on view, it will take you back to the bill of material page. You can download this in Excel and PDF. Line schematics, again, is the same thing which you have just created. So it's a view only mode here. So you click on it, it will open up in a view only mode. Now signal flow diagram. So signal flow diagram. So you click on it, signal flow diagram will give you all the pictures of all the products which you have in the BOM, in your BOM. And you can create your own pictorial schematic easily, using the same tools which I just showed it to you. Change the color, make it arrows, and all those things is totally possible. So that's for the signal flow diagram. Every time when you add a new product, you will have to generate the signal flow diagram again, or otherwise you can see the previous version under view signal flow diagram. Then we have the automated rack layout as well. So since we know the RU information of every product which is there in the BOM, we can create an automatic rack elevation. So in this design, only these products were there, but I could edit the information, and I could just edit the rack. I could move around the products. I could just use the rack accessories in here and change, just put there. So it's everything else works the same as the editor, which I just showed you. Then we have the automated cable schedule. This is the most important part because writing a cable schedule is kind of tough. So I think I missed out entering the cable labels on a couple of devices. That's why it's showing empty. Otherwise, when you enter it here, it will show up. So you get all your cable IDs, which you enter along with your source device, destination device, source port, destination port. By the way, this is also editable. We automatically pick this information from the drawing, which is the source device and the source port and destination. You could enter the cable length yourself because you're the best judge. You know how much of what's the length of that cable, that particular cable, and what's the cable type. So you can choose from the list of which we have, or you can write in your own cable type as well. And based on it, it will give you a video audio control signal. You could edit that as well yourself. So you could download this in Excel and PDF and save. So that's easy. Then we have a ceiling speaker layout tool. So this tool is a very nice tool to see out how many speakers you can actually use in your room and how many speakers are actually required. So you give your dimensions. You can do in feet and meters both. Select the product, select the coverage pattern. And then let's see how many speakers generate what kind of pattern. So 3 with this 3, I get this pattern. Let's say I want to do 2. So it would be enough, barring for the edges. It will not cover everything. Let's say I want to do 4. It definitely covers, but gives maybe overlaps too much. So this is how you can do it for all different kinds of speakers. We have everything. We have almost all the ceiling speakers in the design. And then you could download this in a PDF. Then you could create a proposal. We're not going to do proposals today. I'll just give you a brief overview of the proposals. And the next one is the scope of work. So we have a scope of work section. So scope of work, you can actually write your own scope of work here. So you could save it. You can also insert images, URLs, everything. We have a full-fledged editor in here. So you can write your own scope of work, download it and save it, or just copy and paste it here. Then the next and the most exciting part is the floor plans. So this is the brand new stuff. This is we are showing it for the first time, the floor plan. So you can actually edit your floor plans, and you could create new floor plans as well. So let's see how we do it. So you click on view. So this is where you can upload a floor plan in PNG, JPEG, JPG, JPEG, SVG, or PDF format. We are still working on AutoCAD, so hopefully that will be done soon. But right now, if you have any of these formats, you can upload it and edit it. Or you could create your own floor plan as well, which is pretty simple. So let me just show you how that works. So you click on create floor plan. And so it opens up the extra window, and then you can go inside the floor plans, and then it's very simple to create a floor plan. I'll just quickly create something from scratch. Mhm. Okay, let's do small meeting room like this. It's very simple. Add a door. I do have the dictionary open. Oops. Then I can add a flat TV, flip it, add dimensions. Yeah, that's how you do it. And then you can add, obviously, you can search for symbols from extra library or Avixa symbols, and then you can just drag and drop stuff in here, as in whatever you need in here. Very simple and easy. So that's how you create a floor plan from scratch, and then you hit save. The changes are saved. You say save successfully. You go back, refresh the page. You will find your floor plan in here. So it will give you a name automatically, but you could change the name and you could rename it, whatever name you want to give, you could give yourself. Now, the next thing is, let's say I have a floor plan already. I don't want to create from scratch, so I can upload a file. So let me quickly show you how do we upload a file. So this is, you have a floor plan, so upload it. There you go. So the floor plan is added. Second one on the list, click on edit. There you go. It gets added in your drawing automatically. Scale it the way you want it, and then just drag and drop stuff. So let's say I want to add CCTV. Just drag and drop. Use the size. I know a lot of you use a software called System Surveyor, something like that, which actually allows you to do the same thing. It has some more features, but that's exactly what they do. But to draw a rough floor plan and where to place each all devices, share it with your designer if you're the salesperson, or if you're a designer with the salesperson, so it gets saved in one place. That makes the life, a lot of people very easy. So I want to add a, something like a beamforming mic, add it at the center of the room. And it's very easy, just copy and paste. Whatever changes you want to do, you can do it very easily. MXA 910. So you are basically telling, and these kind of, this kind of drawings are very useful while you're creating customer presentations as well, while you want to add a floor plan with placing all the objects where they're going to go. And you could also insert any images of products also in here. It's very, very simple to add an image, actual image of a product. Having said that, we're also working on a way going forward in the future that you will be able to add the images of the actual products which you've added in the BOM. But till then, you could just add it yourself. So that's the floor plan feature. It's just the newest kid on the block. So now you could do a cable schedule, ceiling speaker layout, scope of work, signal flow diagram, line schematics, rack layouts, proposals, all of these. Then we also have a new feature here, which is to upload attachments. A lot of the times, we take pictures of the site. We have some Excel files, survey, a site survey form or something like that, things like that. You just click on upload new attachments, and it will, this is where you can keep a list of all the pictures and attachment for a project in one place. So that's also new in here. So that's upload attachment. And then on the project page, we also have a couple of new features. So I'm going to show those as well. So you can create you can store the floor plans in two ways. So you can do a floor plan for the whole project. I mean, it could be for a whole, floor. So if you want to do it for the whole project, this is where you do it. You can upload attachments for the whole projects. This is where you can do it. And inside the project page, if you want to attach floor plans, so you can upload and create floor plans directly for when you hit more and upload create floor plans. So you will be able to upload floor plans individually for each type of room as well. All right, so that's there. And then the last thing is I'm just going to give you a quick look on the proposal, and then we're going to start taking the questions. We still have 45 minutes to go, but I promise we'll finish off in 1.5 hours. So I'll try and do that. Okay, so I'm going to look at some of the questions which are there. So Jorg is asking, there is a limit for the image size. No, there is not at the moment. You cannot add videos at the moment, but you can add any type of images which are there. There is no limit on the image size. Each account has a 2 GB size, so you can upload images, files, document up to 2 gigabits. If the price of the product saved in the library is changed, is that applicable only for respective project, or will that change for? It will change for the whole library. So if you want to change it for that particular project only, then you have to go inside the proposal while you're making the proposal, which is this, and this is where you can actually go inside each item and change the price. The cost price is there. So I'm not going to give you a full tour of the proposal tool because we're going to do a full session on just the proposal tool. There's some new upgrades which are coming next week on the proposal tool, so I want to save it for that. So this is where, just to give you an overview, you can create an end customer proposal. You can customize the whole thing. You can create templates. You can add images. You can save your standard templates. You can share with your teammates. You can work on the pricing. You can work on margin markups, whichever way you want. There is a full advanced section where you can do labor in different ways. You can do taxes, shipping, different types of labors, and you could also decide how your PDF is going to look like, what you want to show to your customer, what type of information, whether you want to do a lump sum pricing or you want to do individual item pricing. All of that is there. You can have all these different sections. There's a terms and conditions section. There is a nice checklist in here which will remind you to make sure that you have not missed out on any product. The last section will give you a breakup of your costs and everything, and you can actually do a preview of the proposal. So this is how it will look like once you will download the PDF and send it out to your customer. This is how it looks like, but I'm not going to go in depth in the proposal tool today. So we're going to do another webinar on the 22nd, which will just be about proposal tool, all the things that you could do inside of proposal, how you can create more proposals. And we're going to do more webinars. We're going to do 2 webinars every month. So you'll have all this information. Okay, so I think we are good to take all the questions now. So, all right. So while I'm taking the question, I'm gonna start a poll. So whosoever wanna listen to the answer the poll of how did we do. You can answer that poll. Okay, so let me take a few the remaining questions. We've had almost 100 questions asked, so there are 41 which are still remaining. Okay, so is all cable labeling manual and not auto generated? Yes, the cable labeling at the moment is manual in XDraw. It is auto generated in the questionnaire and add your own bomb method. Wrong ports and amounts in X10AV library seems not very accurate. Shall one edit every product? If you want, you could. I mean, there's different ways of looking at it, what is accurate, what is not. I mean, we have almost 500,000 products in our library. So it is possible, you're right, that there could be some products which might have some information inaccurate, not all. So you can edit that information, copy it to your library. How do you add connection points? That's been answered. How you can edit the ports from extra and will changes it saved in my library. I show that to you. Does this tool also give information about the data sheet of that particular AV product, or maybe link which is takes to that data sheet? Yes, it does. So if you'll go under the questionnaire, or so if you'll see here, the I button here, it will download the text sheet for you for that product, right? So any product in X10 AV library for which we have the text sheet, you click on it and it will open up the text sheet for you, like this one. So that was by Sonali. Do you want to control QSys with CP3? No, I don't want to control. I was just giving you an example. So I'm sorry about that. Thanks for pointing that out. Brad Caldwell is asking, hi Brad, how do we create separate audio video control new drawing? That's a very good question. So that's the next upgrade which is going to come in Extra. So what we will do is, so I know you want to create separate drawings of audio, video, and control, especially when it's a large drawing. So we will have tabs here of audio, video, and control, and we will place all those products in the different tabs. So under the same browser window inside the drawing tool, you will have separate tabs in which you'll be able to do 3 types of different drawings. Obviously, you get an option whether you want to use it or not. So that's something which you're working on right now, Brad, and that will be done. Can you create a key for the drawing with labels for different color labels? Yes, this audio, video, and control separate drawings, and the ability to customize, your blocks and your legends, colors, and all those things. So that is something which you're working on. Remember, we launched Xdraw just in February. It's been just over a month. We launched it at ISE. So, and whosoever has been following Xdraw since then will see that we have added a lot of things in just 1 month. In fact, I was talking to one of the customers and he was like blown away because he said something just a week back and we added it. The copy to my libraries thing, and also how to add custom packages. So we will add this feature as well. That was the question asked by Zane. And Richard is asking, can we can we add our title block to the page in the drawing? Yes, you could do that. So under your library, under your organization settings, there is upload a custom logo section. Not here, I'm sorry. It's under organization logo settings. So under organization logo, so you can upload your own logo. So everywhere, instead of seeing XTNAV logo, you will see your own logo. But till the trial period is not over. Once the trial period is over, you'll have to upgrade to get this feature. Can I import, Jean is asking, can I import CAD files to modify them when I'm in retrofit? I'm sorry, we do not have that feature yet. You can import other, PNG, PDFs. You can convert a CAD file into PDF, and then you can maybe upload it as, as a floor plan. But we are working on it. So instead of raising hands, please just ask your question in the Q&A section. Juan Carlos is asking, can I have my custom label? I've already answered this question. Can you change the standard given icon in extra, that is Shure microphone, to another icon, and will this affect the bomb? No, so you cannot do that right now, but maybe that's a good suggestion. We can do it in the future. When you added the HDMI input with change, it fell below the RStudio. Is there a way to resequence the port? Yeah, that's something we can do. I also observed that. That's how it should come in the sequence. So it's a small thing. We will fix that. Our product team is also attending this webinar, so they'll fix this. Johan is asking, I drawed an ESP from Bose, but all inputs are mic. Can I change it to line? Yes, you can. So you can copy it to your own library and then click on edit, click on yes to add IO information, and then add all the ports the way you want them to be. I just showed it to you. So once again, I'm going to show this thing to you because I think this is important. Okay, where did my drawing go? Yeah. So click on edit. So this, let's say this CP3, I don't like the ports in this. So I copy it to my library. It's copied. Now I have the edit button. Click on it. Say yes to IO information. Now, remember, so if you are going to add IO information to any product from X10AV library, it will overwrite the previous information. So just remember that. So now you say yes. And then the same form opens. For that product, you can add the ports the way you want. So Johan, hope this answers your question. Michael is asking, when you added HDMI input, it was not grouped with the previously. Yes, I just answered this. We will correct this. If the system knows the block input and output example HDMI, why can't it self-populate the cable and the signal type in the run list? Yeah, we do it already in. Why can't it self-populate the cable and the signal type? Yes, it's there. It is possible, but I mean, we don't really know how you're creating your ports. As long as HDMI and some of the known ports which are there, we can obviously do this, but we've given the flexibility in the hands of the user, because you could create something out of the blue and then you will say that we did not auto populate the cable and the signal type. So that's the reason why. However, we do this automatically in questionnaire and add your own bomb method. We auto generate the cable ID and the cable type and the signal type. Now, Atkins Fleming is asking for the cable schedule, which is awesome. Thank you. Does it support multi-line labels? If so, how do you enter it on the schematics so that it adds the schedule in 2 lines? Multi-line labels. So this is, I don't know what you mean by this. Maybe I will, Atkins, if you're still there, maybe I will open up your mic and you can ask that question, because I don't really understand. Okay, seems like he's not here. Anyways, so I have devices from my library. I can't find the green connection points when trying to add connections. Yeah, you have to hover on it. You have to hover on the blocks. It will show up. May I have the recording file? More? Yeah, we will send the recording for this. Anand is asking, can I import or import duty on a line item? No, you cannot do that, Anand, in this. You will have to create a custom tool for you to do that. William is asking, how do you separate rooms and areas within the BOM? Let's say you have a centralized rack, but your rooms are in areas in separate BOM. How does this translate into XDraw? How do you separate rooms and areas in the BOM? Let's say you have a centralized rack, but your rooms or areas need separate BOMs. Yeah, so that's something you'll have to, while you're creating The bomb you'll have to keep in mind yourself, but that's a good feedback. Maybe we can implement this. Robert is asking, how do you handle OFE in equipment when entering? If you have OFE and new equipment, that are the same thing. So maybe you can create a small tag while you create an OFE product. It's an existing. So you could name it in a different way so that you know that it's an OFE item. Something like that you could do. Can I use tax per line item? We're going to do, Anand, we're going to do proposals separately on 22nd. So I'm going to cover the proposals question next time. Can I add more green attach point to an audio processor? I only have 3 and 3 out input ESP. Yeah, so the number of ports you have, the number of green points you will get. Richard is asking, he means a label ID that has the information on 2 lines. Okay. Okay, maybe I can unmute Richard if you are there. Yeah, about to talk. So Richard, I have unmuted you, so now you can basically explain what this means.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, he's talking about the label IDs on the cables between points. So if you, for instance, have, a 0-1A, and then below that it says lectern mic, there's 2 lines of text on the cable ID instead of just 1 line of text.
Yeah, you could do that. So let me show it to you how we can do it. So you can, so this is one. So you could actually, this is not the right example. So you can add multiple text at multiple points. So let's say I want to add something here, and then I will put another point in here and click on it again, and then I can add another text here. So you can add multiple. You can have, you on the wire you can add. Click on.
Yes, but how will that show up on the cable schedule?
Yeah, that's a good point. That will not show up in the cable schedule.
I think it's a very good feature. We do the same thing. We use multiple lines on the cable IDs.
Okay, that's something as a feedback. We'll take that in. So multiple lines on the cable ID. So yeah, we're pretty quick to implement those things. So we'll probably do that as well. Thank you so much, Richard, for pointing that out. Do you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, coming back to the question and answers. Import duty on a line item. No. Okay, I think we are done with all the questions. Some of the questions were answered by my colleague, my partner Sahil. So anyway, so you will get a list of all those questions which are asked, and you will get the answers as well. All of you who have attended this webinar. We still have more than 120 people on the call. This is amazing. If you still have more questions, feel free to ask. If you want to unmute, so I'm seeing the questions coming in. It's possible to edit or add port in extra editor. No, you cannot do that. You can manually do it in extra editor. You can manually go inside here and you can just copy and paste a port like this. Something like this you could do. But if you want to do it the right way, there is to do it inside the BOM page. So Leila is asking, is the typical shift enter will let you enter 2 lines of text on the same field? Yes, I don't know what that means. Thanks for all. I have to go. Best to all. Thank you. Can you export cable names from cable schedule to a cable label printer? No, not right now, Mike, but maybe yes in the future. Can I change a product by another? I have a complete design, but I want to exchange and processor by another with more outputs. Yes, that's a very good question. So before we go, how do we replicate a design or copy a design and just do minor changes? So I can show that to you here. So let's say I have made this design.
Hey, Vib, I'm sorry to interject. What Layla was mentioning was when you when you were answering the question about having multiple labels on the cable ID. So she was just saying that you could just press enter and you can enter more text to it.
Yeah.
That's what she was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, so Richard, maybe that's the way to do it. So whatever you enter in a single field will show up in the cable label. Yeah, so thanks Leila for pointing that out. So inside, you just press enter and you will have another line, and whatever text is there in that one line and the second line, it will show up in the cable label.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah. So how to replicate a design. So this is my design which I just did. Now I'll go under more. I click on replicate design. So now I can copy this design, copy webinar 4 to another project from the list of my projects which I have here, and just click replicate. So now I have a copy created. Now I'll go under the edit mode here. This is a question asked by Johan. And then so he said, I wanted to change something here. So the whole design is now copied to a new project. So let's say I want to change the DSP, delete this. Done. And then add another one. Let's say maybe a biamp. Just add it here. And then go to open extra editor. So previous changes will be overwritten. Yes, we are copying this. So you will see that I have now biamp to 014 here. Rest of my connections also remain the same, by the way, which is great, you know. So all I have to do is just make the new connections with my other products in here. So no need to work from scratch. Just replicate your design. You even get your connections in there. Isn't that wonderful? So there you go. You have just changed. I've just changed my TSP. I made the connection, re-enter the cable ID, save it, and all your documents will be updated. So that's how you do it, Johan. That's a very good question. It's possible to edit or add port in extra editor. That's answer. Can you use two currencies? No, you cannot do. Okay, I think what's programming resources do you have? Number of revisions per year? That's a very good question asked by Jeff. So we keep updating. So benefit of using a cloud-based platform is that we keep on upgrading the platform. Like in last 1 month since we launched Xdraw, we have done 3 upgrades, you know, and it's all based on feedback which we keep getting. So the upgrades are very easy to get. Now your question is how many what programming resources do you have? We have a lot of programming resources. We have a team of 25 people. We have a dedicated team of 15 programmers. And number of revisions, well, it depends on the number of features which we're upgrading. There is no fixed limit to it. You will see that you will get the upgrades at a lightning fast speed. Can you give an example of automation? I'm sorry, we have run out of time on this webinar. So automation is, I cannot give you a full overview. Maybe I can show you an existing design of how it works in an existing design. I can give you a quick overview of how the automation works. So Robert is saying thanks a lot for this webinar, and I was able to join. I will give X10 for sure another try with standard rooms in our corporation. Looking forward to the video, Robert. Thank you. So I'm going to show you the questionnaire just on your requests. John Roos has asked, can you give me an example of automation? This is not the one. So we have the questionnaire method, which basically gives you the automation. So this is the questionnaire. So this is how it works. So you have different sections, general section for video audio control. Then we have room orientation. Then we have question for different products. type of a room, switching, interfacing, projectors, video conferencing, everything. So this is all answered. I have chosen all the products in here. So you answer questions, select the brand, select the product, complete video, audio, and control sections. And once all your sections are complete, you go under bill of material, and then you hit generate design. And this is where you get automated documents. So this is where you will not have to generate anything, manually. Okay, so I think does anyone have any other questions while this is generating? So it takes a bit of time because the AI algorithms are auto generating 7 type of documents automatically. Your line schematics, your rack layouts, cable schedule, all the documents which you saw in extra are automatically generated. So you'll see automated line schematics. This is how it will look like. So you'll see all the connections are made by us with the cable labels are in place. Everything is in here. And then you also have the ability to edit this. So you can go inside the editing mode and you can edit this. Thanks for this webinar. Thanks, Ernesto. Thanks for joining in today. Sam is saying, can you change the default appearance of the block? That's the next level we want to do. Can you revise on layers, please? Yes, we can. So let me just first complete all the documents, the automated documents. So this is the line schematics. Then you also get a signal flow diagram as well. And you get a rack layout, cable schedule. Oops, something wrong happened with this. Anyway, so you get the rack layout, cable schedule is automatically generated. Let me revise on the layers. So go under the format, this icon here, and then you click on layers. And so you can create different layers and add products onto the layer. You can give the layer different names, like an audio layer or video layer. So it's very similar to how it works. And then whatever you add in, so this highlighted layer is the layer which you're working. Whatever you add will be there in that layer, and then you can print accordingly. Okay, we're still getting questions. Can auto-generated drawings be used in Xdraw? Not at the moment, you cannot, but yeah, you can copy and paste between 2 open Xdraw windows if you want to. That's possible. Can you share the PPT with us? We will share the recording, Manish, for this session with everyone. Okay, I think we are done for the day. It went 15 minutes above promised 1.5 hours and 15 minutes less than the scheduled one. Thanks everyone for joining in. It was great to have almost more than 200 people joining in this webinar. It's awesome. Hope you try and use the product. We're giving a 30-day trial at the moment, and we are also giving a special pricing if you are already impressed with the product, and if you want to upgrade right now, we're giving heavy discounts on our current pricing. So you can contact us on support@xtenav.com, and you will get, or you could contact us here on the chat window, or you could go inside the trivia in the support and the feedback section here. If you want to buy it now, you just contact us and we'll do it. We will give you the pricing. Okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for joining. Stay safe, stay in-house, practice social distancing, and keep using XTNAV, keep learning. And we're going to do more webinars. The next one is coming on the 22nd. You'll get an update, you'll get an email. So please register for that as well. And that'll be about the proposal tool. A lot of you had questions about the proposal tool. So we will do the webinar, the next webinar on the 22nd of this month is going to be on the proposal. Till then, thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. Appreciate your time. And have a good day. Have a good evening wherever you are. Thank you. Bye.